First off, I'm going to say it. I know it's going to ruffle feathers and people are going to get mad and people are going to have their own opinions and people are going to say whatever they want to say. It is what it is. I don't want to hear Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump, 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 Trump. Okay? In regards to anything that's going on right now, except for those tax cuts and why your middle class and lower class persons are paying more in taxes. Okay. Meanwhile, we're paying 25, almost 30% in tax, especially if you are a independent contractor or you own your own business, compared to maybe the 8% that these rich millionaires and billionaires are paying. Okay. Outside of that, I don't want to hear it. All right, because I keep seeing people saying, yeah, Trump, yeah, he's gonna make a dictatorship. Trump, yeah, he's not gonna help the man out. Trump. And I'm like, well, what about this news story that just came about of now we're gonna have a 10-year long deal to keep funding Ukraine? I guess I'm confused. This is a reason why you have a lot of people a lot of black people too, have moved on to the conservative side. Okay. The screen would be here, so more on the right side. All right. That's why you have that. Because people are saying, you know what? I can't get down with this libtard, this liberal thing that's going on, these progressive individuals. That's why you have a lot of people who would consider themselves to be an independent, or they'll straight up and say, yo, I'm a Republican, because people are tired of this kind of stuff. And you may say, oh, but the Republicans don't care. Yes, they're one and the same. One is telling you, I'm doing XYZ, you don't like it, don't vote. Okay, well, we still want your vote, but don't vote. But we still want your vote. You got another side that says, I'm going to do XYZ for you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you XYZ. Yeah. Please vote for us. We're going to go and change the world. Hope and change. And then nothing changes and it all gets worse. Okay. So you have one person that's telling you straight up, okay, we ain't going to do X. You have another one that's going to lie and tell you we're going to do X, but they're still not going to do X. Okay. One's being more straightforward and direct. One is being more like, let me just go and skate around it. Okay. Let's get into the video in question, and I'm going to go and read the comments on the side of the screen as well. Okay, so as you see, it says breaking: President Biden and Zelensky signed decade-long security agreement to boost U.S. financial support for Ukraine. I'm going to get to reading all this. This is from It's On Site, but let's watch the video first.
Donald Trump and Vladimir Zelensky speaking in just a moment at the G7 summit in Puglia, Italy. It is expected that they will sign an agreement, a 10-year agreement to give security to Ukraine, which is what they are doing right now. Again, this is something that the United States hopes lives on well past President Biden's first term, potentially even his second term. Again, it is a 10-year deal to flood Ukraine with funding. They are in a peaked battle right now, obviously, with Russia to ward them off. Russia has gained momentum in the last few months. President Biden previously apologizing to President Volodymyr Zelensky for the 6-month delay in the U.S. getting his country more aid, as House Republicans said they would not support it.
Okay, so first off, I'm actually going to replay this because I don't know if you noticed, and I'm going to try to stop it right after she says it. She tries to slip in Donald Trump. One, it sounds like she's bored. It sounds like she just got this. She didn't read it over prior, okay, because she's doing a lot of stopping as well to be a professional news anchor. And then two, she slips in Donald's name out of nowhere for no reason because he has nothing to do with this.
Zelensky speaking in just a moment at the G7 summit in Puglia, Italy. It is expected that they will sign an agreement, a 10-year agreement to give security to Ukraine, which is what they are doing right now. Again, this is something that the United States hopes lives on well past Donald.
There you go. That we hope that it lives past Donald Biden.
Well past President Biden.
There you go. Well past President Biden. Why did you even slip his name in there? I don't know what he has anything to do with this, but whatever. Okay, now let's go ahead and read this little section over here. All right. So what is in the agreement? It says the agreement includes building and maintaining Ukraine's defense systems enhancing Ukraine's long-term fighting ability, speeding up Ukraine's integration with Euro-Atlantic institutions, consulting in case of future Russian attacks. As you know, I believe it was in Cuba, they have some missile tanks or whatever that Russia has done up in Cuba. Okay, they just are creating a presence there. Russia has also already declared the United States of America an enemy of their country, enemy of the state. All right. Obviously, you already know that President Vladimir Putin of Russia does not like President Biden at all. Okay. People say that, oh, him and Donald Trump are buddy buddies. Okay, sure. But at the end of the day, they don't like each other. Okay. Then you have Ukraine and Russia that already have been in a war for going on 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, if it isn't almost 3 years. And then you have our president, our government that keeps giving our taxpayer dollars to Ukraine, to Israel, to many of these other countries out here to keep funding wars, to keep killing people is what's going on at the end of the day. I just find it interesting that we have enough money for that, but we don't have enough money for a higher minimum wage of $25 an hour. We don't have any money for a universal basic income. We don't have anything for a universal health insurance. We can't lower our taxes. Okay, I will blame on Trump. But we can't lower our taxes in regards to middle class, lower class individuals. It's just a whole host of things. Our roads still have a whole bunch of potholes. Heck, even just something as, I don't even want to say superficial, but you can even look at what we have with our street life, for example. So you have like your nightlife, for example. Okay. And we don't even have just straight up sanitation to get all the stuff off the street. I watch plenty of these videos of just walking tours, and the nightlife, it's filthy outside. Bottles, beers, pizza boxes all over the place. We don't have enough money cleaning that up. Meanwhile, you go and look at one in Japan. Japan, their stuff is so much cleaner. They have little things just to make your life easier. This is what the money should, your taxpayer dollars should be going to. For example, even if you have something like a wet umbrella, for example, you got a wet umbrella, they have a little bag go in there. People say, oh man, you see Japan's living in the future. No, that's not what it is. Japan actually gives a F about their citizens. They actually care. You have a lot of other countries. Yes, you could talk about their politics, whatever. No one's perfect, but you have a lot of other countries that actually care. Okay, maternity leave. If you want holiday, federally mandated holiday, we should be easily having 8 weeks of holiday mandated for everybody. Oh, Alex, that's crazy. You know, other places that, yes, other places have 4 weeks, 6 weeks, some even 8 weeks, but we don't have that. You know, so there's no reason why we don't, and we're in the richest country in the world. But let's get back to this. It also says Biden stated that the agreement envisions a just peace. He also announced that the G7 has agreed to release $50 billion from frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine and demonstrate continued international support against Russian aggression. There you go. Some people have some comments says no Americans want this. We're basically living in a dictatorship. Find that to be funny because that's what they said Trump is doing. Didn't they just deny reparations for Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma? At this point, I'll vote for Ronald McDonald instead of Biden. And this is what I'm saying. There you go. People are just saying you're not getting my vote. This is the whole point in all of this. Flint still does not have clean water. What about my rent? Okay, why is my rent so high? So yes, people are upset. You know, I'm paying a whole bunch of money in taxes. I'm paying too much money in rent, paying too much money in mortgage. I'm paying too much money for all this. You're allowing HOAs to do what they're doing, charging these, astronomical prices, and they're not giving you much value. You have BlackRock buying up all these homes, all of this different stuff that's going on, all of this different stuff that's happening. Yet you have enough money to give $50 billion, which I think is like $8 billion in homelessness. So you're giving $50 billion to another country for war and peace. But what do we get here?